Good afternoon, or good evening, good afternoon. This is going to be much more brief than our normal fall meetings, as you all know. Oh, my. Okay. First, I want to thank everyone for all their help being here, for supporting the National Convention, for all of those who are helping so much with the convention. I want to thank everyone, and I want to especially thank East Bay for putting it on.
Yeah.
I want to thank all the committee members. We've got, and I know, a lot of people in here have had some very major roles in getting this put together, making it happen. I've been down the hall and the board meeting, and it's still going on, unfortunately. And I might get elected just, like to a committee while I'm not there. But you really have to be there. Okay. So what we're going to do is our brief reports, and then at the end, so we can build up the suspense, and also give our illustrious consulting Rosarian chair time to finish her board meeting. At the end, we're going to do the outstanding awards and the ceremony. Okay? So, I'll start with just a couple of notes on what we learned today about the state of ARS. Diane Summers, who's our current treasurer, wasn't able to come to the convention, but someone else was able to, Jeff Ware presented all their information, and we are in the black. In the black, it has been a long time turning around, but it takes, ongoing scrutiny, ongoing just, behavior patterns, if you will, to look for opportunities everywhere to, can I save some money with this? Do I have to do that? They've cut, the staff has been cut drastically over the past 5 years. And they're very dedicated people. The budget for next year is actually smaller, a little bit, than the budget for this year, but it has us in the black. And it has us with a small, very small, but positive cash flow at the end of the year. So we thought that was absolutely great. And it's actually a testament to all the work Diane's done with the folks at headquarters over the past 6 years. So it's just fabulous thing. See, I'm trying to think if there's anything quite as fast. Trying to think. There's some discussion on the membership and marketing side. There's some discussion potentially piloting a change in the dues structure next year to see if piloting a change would actually increase membership. We went over what the basic cost, the real bare bones cost of a member is, and balance that off of the dues. Because right now we're still net losing membership every year. We don't get enough, the renewals are below where we would like. They're at about 69%, and we would like them at 80%. And the new memberships are holding it steady at about, I think it's 1,000 or something. So what we want to do is increase your membership. And I had somebody that I worked with years ago. He was head of installment loans. Home loans, car loans, not home loans, car loans, boat loans, this, that, and the other. And we were in his office one day, and he goes, well, we lose a little bit on every one, but we make it up in volume. And I scratched my head. But it's true. You make it up in volume. You get economies. So what we're trying to come up with are ways to increase membership, get it back to where it was, some years ago, and having that increased base will help the society stay strong. So there may be some things that get piloted in just a few spots throughout the country next year. You'll hear more about it. But it's an intriguing thought. They're still sticking with the paper magazine.
Good.
Although we may entertain the idea of somehow making an e-version available for those who want to have their subscription delivered electronically, because some people like that. Interesting stuff. Right now, the new board is in there voting on all the committees, for the next 3 years.
Point of order. There's a couple of things you need to take care of first.
Oh, you're right.
The reports.
Thank you.
And you did tell me to keep you on track.
And I did, and thank you. Roll call.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Roll call societies. All societies are here except for the usual suspects. Honolulu is here. Is there a Honolulu delegate here? Any ARF Honolulu delegate? Okay. Lodi Woodbridge. Anybody from Lodi Woodbridge? We need to sign in. Okay. I need one more person from Mount Diablo. North Bay, I need one more person. We got those people here. Redwood Empire, I need one more person. And Stockton here. Okay. So I'll have you guys sign in. We have a pretty good attendance this time.
Can't hear you, really.
It's pretty close to 90% this time.
Well, good.
Yeah.
And thank you both.
Yes. Spring business meeting minutes.
There you go.
I need it first on approving the spring business meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Okay.
Second.
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 All right, we need a vote on this. All those in favor, who are delegates, raise your hand. Any opposed? Good.
And Ken. There he is.
I've done the report, we have no money, so don't worry about it. Actually, we're doing just fine. The criterion's coming along fine. The spring raffle was wonderful, $958. And that brings me to the point of, this is a little different raffle here. So we need your support because it's going to be a silent auction over in the other room. And it's sort of in combination with East Bay. So the silent auction stuff for our district should be marked as part of the district. So please take a look at that tomorrow, because we usually do in these raffles about $700, so we can stand take a little bit on the chin here. Trophy fund's in very good shape. I thank all of you for being prompt this year. One request I have is checks. When you send a check to Ted and Linda Berg, it has to be made out to NCNH, not to the Criterion, not to Ted or Linda. Meg's funny about that, but our checking account says NCNH, and they don't like things that don't agree. So please follow it.
Thank you. I just put those checks in the middle of the pile and hope they don't notice.
It just needed 5 minutes.
So any questions?
Alice, what is the current membership of ARS and what was it at some point?
Yeah, I don't recall what it was at its peak, but we're down around 9,000 people.
Is that considerably less?
It is. It's considerably less.
It was, remember, about 23,000 at the top.
At the top, at the top. That was back in the mid-90s, mid-90s, I think.
No, earlier.
Earlier than that.
Is there any research that says the amount of our dues is causing us to lose members?
No.
I can't imagine.
Our dues are actually in line with other, as far as ARS dues, they're actually in line with other groups. But, we're thinking that if maybe if we're able to simplify the plan, which means it would just be one number, and make it a little less, maybe we would A, retain more people, and B, get a few more, get more people to join. So Patty?
I'm sending out letters to people that have let their membership expired. And a good portion of them are the people are elderly and cannot garden anymore, maybe in a nursing home or maybe deceased. So,
What's that excuse?
you know, what can I say? They have a good excuse. No.
It's been my feeling for quite a while that you need to bring in new people, and to bring in younger people, I think you're going to have to find an approach to avail them of an organic classification of some sort, either non-pesticide strain or something.
And we've done, I think we've done a lot of that in the magazine. We've, I know there were complaints that, you know, in past years from people saying, oh, you know, the magazine was too focused on exhibitors. And we've done a lot with the beginners column and the organic, you know, the rose column, the organic care column, and everything. To now what we're starting to hear from the exhibitors is there's not enough in there for me. So, you know, we're trying to find that fine line, but I do think they've made some really good strides with some of that. One of the things that we voted on in this morning out of the Mini Flora Committee was for the Award of Excellence Trial Gardens. There was a request by some of the people who entered that they provide a non-spraying trial. So you can enter your roses to be either the traditional treatment, which in most cases is, you know, your preventative care. In other words, they get sprayed, depending where they are. And as an offer to them, they can either enter there or enter in a non-spray, enter their Mini Flora entries in a non-spray program, or they could submit their entries to both. And we accepted that. So that, I guess, will probably start next year. So because some of the Mini Flora hybridizers are breeding specifically for disease-resistant roses, and how can you evaluate that when you've got a spray program? So that's yet another thing that we're doing. But, you know, good point. And it is, you know, walking that fine line, trying to appeal to the general gardener. There is a lot of interest in no spray programs and get away from some of the chemicals, and yet appeal to the, you know, folks that are willing to spray or who are into exhibiting arrangements, OGRs. I mean, you've got the whole gamut. And so it's, you know, it's going to change issue to issue, but we are definitely aware, and Jolene's certainly aware of some of the committees she's, you know, appointing. Okay, moving on. We're doing real well. Okay, committee reports. And we're going to save all the honors till last, so those won't be in the standard committee reports. Dean Davis for nominations and award. Anything to report?
No. Well, I'll make an award later.
You'll make an award later. Okay, all right.
Maybe John wants to say something because he's the new Prices and Awards committee chair. But
Well, he will.
Probably.
You're in charge of doing this one. But if John wants to say something about getting people.
Yeah, just a quick remark. I can stand up.
Stand up and pass this up.
Oh, wonderful. As some of you may remember, I have a list here. No, political joke. I have a list of society presidents and members from each society to the Prices and Award Committee. And you probably know or should know, all of those appointments are in as of probably today or tomorrow, with the appointment or the election of a new district director, Alice, But each society president, how many society presidents do we have here? Oh, good. I'm talking to you. How many current representatives to the Prizes and Awards Committee do we have? All right. I want the group of you, individually, collectively, whatever, to make sure that your local society is aware, if a new president is coming in, that a new awards and prize representative has to be named. And I'll be sending out information at the beginning of January and contacting probably all of you presidents and current members to make sure I have a list of the right people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know some of that, your activity starts fairly early in the year.
Yes.
But we haven't got all of our elections. Okay, Jolene's got an excuse. She'll be here later. Bob Parker, horticulture judges.
Yeah, that's coming.
Come up there.
Oh, here, I can bring it to you.
Better look at everybody.
Okay, I'll make my report brief. We had a successful judging school in July. 6 candidates passed, and those of you that are present, I'd like to stand Michael Braun, Sally Esty, Hugh Evans, Martine Ham, Mark Mintz, and Charlotte Olenbeck. I would like all of you judges' chairs for the various road shows around our district to invite these other citizens to the shows and get them to where they have their 5 shows in and they can be accredited judges. So, I think it's great. And I want to thank everyone, and I'm not going to mention names because I didn't write them down here and I forget somebody, that helped with the school. I mean, it was really great. It went well. We had really great attendance from the existing judges, and it was really a successful thing. Right now, at this point, we have 55 judges in our district and 6 apprentice judges. I had to drop 2 judges from the list this year because they didn't come to the judging school, and one of them had let their ARS dues lapse. That they let it lapse in 2010, and I didn't get notified of that until this night. I've agreed to another term as court judge's chair for the next 3 years with Alice. One thing I would like to do, and I'm talking to Linda about it at the judging school, we're going to try to put on some 2-point seminars, try to get at least one every year, and we will have another judging school sometime in the next 3 years for anybody else that might want to become an apprentice judge. And that's all I have to report for right now. Any questions?
Thanks, Bob, and that was a great school. Very well attended. Okay, Betty Ann, Christina, our race judges. And it looks like you had quite the program going on in here.
Well, I certainly hope everybody enjoyed it. It was a 2-point seminar for all arrangement judges. And if you were interested in arrangements and missed that seminar, you really missed something. She is terrific and well worth the cost. I mainly want to say thanks to everyone who has helped me over the last 3 years. And it's with reluctance I am giving up my position, and hope that you will give Anne Marie Harris as much support as you give me. I did what I could to coerce a school again this summer, but it didn't come to fruition, so cooperate with Anne Marie, because we're needing judges, because I also lost a judge at the same time Bob Parker did, because he was dual.
That might get resolved, Betty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing, because as you know, we're
right now to get it resolved.
good. We're short on arrangement judges, and any of you that have even a little interest that are judges, please give it a thought. I hope
She
you
has a car.
Well, anything that's easy is boring. Gosh, I'll tell you, since I've been in arranging, it just gives you new eyes on the world, and there are more old ladies arranging than you can imagine, so it must be good for your health.
Membership.
The gentleman that heard that that person had trouble with ARS and hadn't renewed, if you would contact me, I could see what I could do on behalf of that person to keep them as judges. We'll see what we can do. Membership chairman, thank you. I just want to thank everyone for your help and support this year. You've done a great job. Remember, we're all volunteers, and we work hard at what we do. I too will stay on with Alice because she's wonderful. And so I have new ideas. I've been sending out letters to all the people whose membership has expired in ARS, and they tell me they've gotten a wonderful response from it. So we're grateful. And but I have some other ideas for next year. Here we go again, guys. And I'm not going to do anything until February. I'm tired.
Imagine that. Plus I have to get the pruning done.
Yes. No, just tired.
Okay, Betty, yes, programs and speakers.
Yes, so this is my 6th and final year as your program and speaker chair.
Okay, you've done a good job.
I'm proud to say that I leave you with 34 speakers currently listed in your program services in the district directory. And this is important because this is really your lifeline for your program chairs in your districts, in your own local societies, I mean. So it's so important that you continue to give your leads and your contacts to our new program and speaker chair, who is Dean Davis, right here. And you know, usually I don't let anybody leave until I get at least 3 new contacts. So now it's going to be Dean, and I'll stand at the door with him, so we'll make sure we'll get you some. And the other thing is, please, all the new editors, if you would send your newsletters to Dean, because that's a great way to get leads on good programs. So thank you very much, and I will pass this along to Dean.
Thank you, David. Okay.
Quick comment on the arrangements business. I will send out PowerPoint presentations for you to give locally, maybe 5-10 minutes each, so we can hopefully get a bit more interest, fill out speaker programs a bit more, and I hope Betty Ann will stay on to vet all these PowerPoints. I do appreciate her input and her guidance through all the many years, so I'd like to add that to our program possibilities for the next 3 years.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Andy. Great. Very good. Site development.
Well, I know all of you really enjoy your district conferences when they happen. We may not have one next year unless somebody steps up. So please, please, please talk to your society. We really need to have a conference. We won't have a district show, awards, a place to give the awards for the silver medal and that type of stuff. If you have a fall show, think of just adding this to your fall show. Things can be flexible, but we do need somebody to step up and volunteer. If within a 2-year period of time, East Bay can do a district and a national, somebody out there has to be able to do a district.
Thank you. Doesn't have to be on this scale.
We have volunteers here.
Alice, you should add that the board passed the $5,000
Oh, you're right.
loan.
That's under.
500.
Oh, sorry, never mind.
Attention.
It's coming up later, Gail said.
Is it? New business.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, Linda, Ted, Criterion.
Ted and I appreciate all the support that we've gotten since we've been interns. And we are coming to the point where our subscribers are very low. We need at least 20 to keep the Criterion going in the black. 20 new subscribers, not 2 years subscription at a time. But we do need subscribers, and I have the little forms right here that you can take. Please hand them out maybe at your meetings, and do them as store price. We've done that, and I think that might be effective. And the last thing I'll say, we do have to have articles.
What?
Articles for the
Right.
And I got them right here.
Thank you. I sent them that. It's encourage your members, especially your board members, but encourage everyone. It's a great newsletter. Contribute to it because that keeps it really alive. But it is a great newsletter. It's worth the price. It's really a bargain. It really is. And so do have it as a raffle prize, door prize. A lot of people do special raffles at Christmas time. Add that to the raffle table there. But we really want to keep the subscription rate up.
How about the society buying one for their...
Societies can certainly buy one as well to have on the table for people to look at meetings. Anybody. Get your members involved. Dave, trophies and awards.
Okay, this is my first cycle of seeing all the trophies come in for a district show. There's a lot, and they're big. Now, of course, I had one at my house this last year, and that was the Stebbings. It's a big brass ship's accelerator type thing. It's about this tall and this wide. And it needed a new case. To try and find a case that will fit, that will hold it. Well, I did that. And I found one with rollers on it. But here's the problem. If a lot of these trophies are not won, then they're not going home with the winners, right? And there's no conference scheduled for next year. So that the rule is, if the unawarded trophies go to the host society for next year. And does that mean that I have to get a truck to get all these home?
Yeah.
If they're not awarded. So get out there and win those awards.
And when you enter in those categories and you win, take the award. There are some people who have won and go, oh, I don't want to take that home, it's too much trouble. Guys?
The Stebbings Award was in my home for a year on display. And people, they were fascinated with it. I had to explain, no, I didn't win it.
It hasn't had a name on it for quite some time.
Another trophy to win this year is the ARS Hershey Award. It's a sterling silver cup. It's beautiful. Plus, it's damaged. It came in a really wonderful stainless steel type case, covered in fiberglass over the stainless steel, and it was locked and foam inside. But whoever packed it last, because the last winner said she never took it out of the case, so whoever packed it didn't turn the lid upside down in it. they left it up and shoved it in there and broke the lid. Sterling silver, very difficult to fix. Well, I don't know if it's going to be fixed, but
We can fix it.
anyway, get out there and win that one, so it goes over to you instead of me. And so that was the question that I want you all to be thinking about this year and bring solutions to the spring business meeting. Would it be better to just take really high-quality photos of these trophies, and if you win the trophy, then you take home the picture of the trophy? And all of these trophies could be stored in a very small storage unit, and just the plates would have to be taken off and engraved. I'm willing to do all of that for the taking off the plates once a year, rather than having to lug all these trophies to a show and then having to lug them all the way back. So be thinking about that, see if that might be a solution. Personally, I would be happy with a photo of me holding the photo. Rather than taking the trophy home.
Then we've never seen the
What if you like, tickets to the storage locker? Put a picture of it on the website. I can Photoshop that. Yeah, right.
We could, as part of a conference, have a bus tour to the storage unit.
Thank you for all your work on that. That is great. Okay, who am I missing?
You.
Roses in review. You know, I don't have a count yet. Roses in review cut off on the 26th. Haven't checked my email because I've been here and haven't connected to whatever wireless they've got. So I have no idea yet how many people have reported. I got about a little over 30 paper reports mailed to me. So hopefully everyone has gone out and done a lot of reports online. I don't have the final count. So we'll see. Oh, and just a little anecdote around Roses in Review, and this is kind of a tangent into classifications, because Roses in Review and the classification committee kind of work together a bit. There's been something for the past 2 board meetings out of the classification committee. Someone said, oh, our color classes must be colors, not tones or tints or shades or whatever. And decided that we ought to have purple instead of mauve, and red, brown, or something instead of russet. Last time we sent that back because they proposed it and didn't come up with an appropriate, 1 to 2 letter abbreviation, right? Well, they came back again this morning. And of course, there's always a wise guy in the crowd by the name of Richard. But anyway, Mr. Donovan from North Carolina. His vote for the abbreviation for purple was PU. But they had recommended PR and BR, I think it was, or whatever. But you've got apricot. Isn't apricot a shade? It's not a color. It's not a color.
It's a tint.
So, or a tint, thank you. So I'm not an artist. We voted it down. No one accepted it. We wanted the status quo, leave it mauve, leave it russet. They may come back again. I just thought we'd appreciate that they tried. And it was kind of funny. They wanted it to be brown red. And quite frankly, I don't think that even does justice to things like, distant drums and website. Thank you.
That's okay. I don't have anything to say.
Website's great.
Did you want me to continue?
Yes. Oh, I haven't asked. Does anyone want to run down the hall and see if Jolene's available?
Meeting's over.
The meeting is over.
Just about. She had a quick.
Did I get tagged with anything?
No. Not that I know of.
Okay.
She had to have a quick EC board meeting. It's going to take a couple of minutes, and I'm assuming she'll be here.
All right.
New business. This is important.
Okay. New business. We discussed in our district board meeting around, what do we do about our district conferences? We had a lot of discussions about it because we have lined up the spring board meetings, business meetings. Got a lot of woo-hoo, and those are becoming, really robust meetings, but no one for fall. And so what we voted on as that board meeting was a $5,000 loan if a society stepped up to hosting a conference and needed the initial funds, because sometimes you need seed money to get it going, to make hotel reservations or whatever that is. They could get an up to $5,000 loan and seed money, and of course it would have to be repaid at the end, when you do all the bookkeeping and everything. So take that back as well when you go back to your clubs and your membership and talk about what do we want to do for 2013, 2014, 2015, and
What about thinking about expanding the spring breakfast meeting into a 2-day event and have that be?
They don't want to do the spring meeting. That would require a change in the bylaws too. The bylaws really require us to have 2 business meetings. I believe we're required to have a road show. Am I right on that? I think, yeah. I don't have my bylaws with me. But there are some bylaw requirements there that we need to meet. Now, there is a district, Rocky Mountain, that I think they just, the district director, and they go in alphabetical order now. And they just say, it's your turn, so you know when it's coming. That's the good news. You know when it's coming, and it's your turn, and it's your turn, and it's your turn, and it's your turn. And actually, if you consider how many societies we have in the district, that really spreads it out. It's not always fair though, because some groups are so small.
We used to do that some years back, that we did this.
We kind of rotated.
Through the district, and every society had to, or 2 societies came together and did it together. And that worked very well. But, we can start again. I don't know, somewhere it fell along the wayside.
Yeah. So,
but that loan is a very good thing as a seed money.
Yes,
That's what's holding a lot of societies back. They don't have the initial to do something.
or they're unsure that they may have it, but they're unwilling to put it all out.
Yeah, but they need it also for their
For your own operating expenses. So it's something to consider. Again, it's a loan, not a grant, but it's not a small piece of money either. So I figured we had it in the treasury. Joe.
And if one of the societies may correct me, but if you price your fall conference correctly, you'll either break even or make money. And if you ask Marin, North Bay, East Bay, some of the other ones that have done it in the last 10 years. I'm pretty sure if you price it correctly, and you can price it correctly because people will come to the district conference, and a lot of times we have one price does all. So you price it correctly, you base it on the number of people that you expect to get, and you normally get that amount. You will break even or make money. So if you're concerned about the financial obligation of your society to put this on, and you don't want to spend your money up front, you've got a $5,000 loan from the district, and you'll also be able to break even, so you can pay the $5,000 loan, and there'll be nothing out of your pocket, technically. So, let's everybody consider that. A couple of societies get together. It's real easy to do. It's not hard. We've done it. East Bay has done it. Marin has done it. We've all done it. Sacramento, Reading. We've all done conferences, and they've been successful.
Something else to consider, you don't have to charge your members the same amount that you charge people coming to visit. I know a lot of members will say, why should I have to pay $120 to go to my row show? You get to set the rules on how much you charge. So take that back to your society.
Everybody's squirming. This is my favorite topic.
I am Sharon McCullough, I was mayor of this district for the years after we San Diego. Situation we have, we're planning a district conference, and at the beginning, they wanted all members to pay $60 to volunteer to go to the road show. Obviously, that's not going to fly. Then they turned it down to $30. And that's just to volunteer. That's not have to do anything else. They finally got rid of it altogether, of course. Nobody's going to pay.
All right, so you get to set the prices. Just remember that. Your members don't have to pay $120. I think the visitors pay $120.
I need to run down the hall.
We're ready for Jolene's report.
I need to run down the hall and drag her out of meetings. You can review what the next meetings are. I'll leave you.
All right. Future meetings. I'm not even going to be on the board next year. You guys are going to miss me. The meetings next term, spring 2013, Peninsula Rose Society. Would you like to invite us?
Yeah, Jerry Georgette, President of the Peninsula Rose Society, and we'd like to invite everyone to the Spring District meeting, which will be in Redwood City on March the 16th. March 16, 2013.
Redwood City, we're going to have an Irish stage, correct? Well, March 17th. Yeah, we're going to have like green feed. Okay, so fall 2013, we really need a show. But if you could kind of do it a little later into October, it'd be greater, because like for those of us who live in the valley, it's still 100 degrees out there, and we have no hybrid teas. My polyanthus are blooming. What?
You have a fall show.
We do have a fall show, but we need a district fall show. Oh, Chico, I've talked with you, like, you can't believe, and they always have the excuse of, we don't have a meeting place. And I go, here, okay. Anyway, that's just an excuse that I want to do. Plus, we have all these members that say, why should I pay $120 to go to my own show? And I go, you don't have to charge that. And I go, what do you need? I go, set the fees for the members, set the fees for the visitors. No. Foreigners have to pay more. So spring 2014 is going to be the Mont Diablo Rose Society in Pleasanton. And we still don't have a fall 2014 show. But we need a 2013 show first. And then spring 2015. Oh, and look who just walked in, Her Highness. All bow down. All bow down.
Excuses, I know. Hello, Monty May. Your turn? Oh,
It's your turn for the, well, you catch your breath, but we need the consulting Rosarian report first, and then we're going to do awards.
Okay. Consulting Rosarian report. We have some. And how much? Take a breath. Yeah. Oh, we had Consulting Rosarian School. And, oh, do I really need that? Okay, we have Consulting Rosarian School. We got a lot of new Consulting Rosarians. If you order badges, come on up after the meeting. Here they are.
Name something.
Absolutely. We have a lot of things in the goodie bag. Let me see what they are. I think I ordered one.
Oh, all right.
Can I do that?
You can do that.
Master Rosarian. Jack Fitzgerald. Yeah? I think that's what it says. Yeah, that's his. It says Jack.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep on doing what you do. Another Master Rosarian, Laverne Clotet. She's working on her arrangements. Linda, would you take this because you are the CR rep? Make sure she knows she's loved and appreciated for the work she does.
Fabulous.
And another Master Rosarian, Barry Freeman. Anybody here from Jackson?
I'll take it, Joanne.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I could do that if you want. You take it with you though, because I'll forget it. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Sure. Sure. These are the new Consulting Rosarians. Let me say their names really quickly. We have Sue Bennett from Granite Bay. Here, put him. Paul Cullen from Marin. Ronette King from Marin. She's working. Rich Grabowski from Marin.
Humboldt.
Oh, Humboldt. Too many people from Marin, see? Paula Grabowski. Humboldt. Emily Shibata. That's Marin. Yeah. Yeah, those are our new CRs. Want to do that next? No. Do I have anything else? No. I did it. What else?
All right.
We have more Consulting Rosarians now than we had when I took the job. And I am going to give this job and all of the warmth that I have for you guys, because I know every single one of you, and you know where you live, to Greg Cook. Now, the real kicker on this, your roses and review reports will be reported to me, so you know if you didn't do it. Yeah. However, Greg will be the one receiving your CR reports. So wait for the website to be updated, which will be November 1st, and then you can start doing your CR reports for the year 2012. And I want to thank all of you for cooperating. I've told National so many times that the NCNH district, our CRs, are the best. Absolutely. You go out and you do educational projects. I don't have to nag you. We've got speakers. We've got people that present seminars. We've got people who actually volunteer to teach at CR schools. They don't have to be twist the arm. It's wonderful.
we have the best CRs.
I can never remember which order to do this in, so I'm just going to move on and say, do we have an outstanding CR?
We might have an outstanding CR. I bet you these people would love to have.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember? Yeah. Okay. You already know?
I announced
Emily Shibata? Okay.
You stand here and give the pins to those people. She's going to make me open.
Burnette's outside. Grabowski? Someone here from Shasta, Hubble? Doug, do you want to take this for Richard Holland?
They're going to be here.
Are you back this for them? Is that, oh, perfect.
You're right, outstanding CR.
Thank you. That's great. Okay, Renette King?
She's outside at the registration meeting.
Okay. Paul Cullen?
Betty's ready.
Betty, okay. And Sue Beth.
There she is.
She's here.
No, she's not. Yes, she's just sitting there looking at me.
She ordered, did I miss some?
No, you didn't miss. This
Okay.
is another person that had ordered one.
Okay.
And I can't right now remember what it said. Peggy McRae, isn't that Gold Country? Dave Coop gets Peggy. Oh, just give me the whole board. Oh, yes. We have an outstanding consulting Rosarian. Now, this is something they have to earn. They, the minimum requirements are they were a CR for 10 years and they did good deeds. We want a little more than that because Master Rosarians do good deeds, and so do a lot of our CRs. But an outstanding CR has to be someone who has a record, a track record, evidence of continued doing what is required of CRs, and doing it without waiting to be asked, and doing it whether the people appreciate it or not, and being willing to do it because roses are that important, and they get kind of choked up about it. So our outstanding CR is Dr. John Shaw.
John Shaw.
John should be in the middle.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
John said.
You gotta keep doing your right.
Bob, would you please come up? You've got an outstanding judges award.
In order to qualify for the outstanding judge, you have to have been the judge for 10 years. You have had to assist in a judging school, and you just got to travel all around the district and judge shows, be available to exhibitors after the shows, to help them, let them know why this got fit and why that got nothing. This person has, well, yeah. For example, you have an entry in a show that doesn't have any foliage on it. And somebody comes up to you, why didn't that get an award? It's a beautiful balloon. Well, explain it to them. You take the time with the exhibitors. This person that I'm going to award this certificate to tonight has been a judge for 12 years. He's been very reliable, consistent, always available to help exhibitors. He's willing to travel to judge shows. In fact, in the last judge's report last fall, he said he'd even go to Hawaii if they paid his travel expenses. He helped at the last judge's school as an instructor, and he's been working really hard developing photography sections in shows. In fact, he's the co-chair of the photo section at the show here. Dave, I'd like to introduce you.
I'm still waiting for that trip.
Congratulations. And now, drum roll please, the Silver Honor Medal presentation. Dean?
This year, we had good attendance for my committees responding to nominations and voting. And it's very proud for me to present this to two people who have spent more than 20 years each in the American Rose Society, working very diligently for this district. Every conference that I've been to, which is quite a few, they've always been there working very hard. So I would like to present this to Sue and Ernie.
Big smile, Arnie.
Oh, you got one. What do you have to use it for? You have to participate in the
Yes, we have no other
Do it again. Yes, just do it.
No,
Come back.
I did not have a hospitality suite this time because this is how things didn't work out. So I just want to congratulate everybody, say thank you. I think we've got dinner on our own, right? And then who's going to the first timers reception? All right.
Do you know where it is?
Okay,
Room 670.
got that? 670. 670 for the first timers. And then there's also a general reception at South patio. 7:30 is in the south patio. That way, I think. The other side of the lawn.
I do.